Okay, good afternoon, Saturday afternoon. This is actually a fairly important video. We're going to be discussing, of course, the snow situation now that has evolved today across the upper Midwest, more specifically here in southern Minnesota and into western Wisconsin. And then we're going to be focusing on a busy, actually kind of a crazy busy winter weather pattern that we've evolved into. Actually, it started, of course, last week with the monster snowstorm, and it's just continuing now as we head into the first half here of February. So we'll discuss that, Dan. And I've really got my eye on this upcoming Thursday for another potential major winter storm. So we'll get into that here in just a little bit. But first things first, here's the radar summary from the Twin Cities. And radar clearly shows, along with surface observations, clearly show that moderate to even at times heavy snow now is moving into the Twin Cities metro area. It's going to be blanketing basically all of the Twin Cities metro area here within the next hour or so by 2 p.m. And it's going to snow at a moderate to heavy clip between now and 5 or 6 p.m. No doubt travel is already difficult across much of the metro, and it's going to only increase in difficulty. Now, as you get down to the I-90 corridor, certainly not as much snow, still only flurries there, but they'll get in on at least a little bit of snow down on the I-90 corridor as we head into the later afternoon and evening hours. But no doubt the heaviest snows will be here over east central Minnesota and western Wisconsin. I've already got a 2 to 4 inch expectation for snow in much of the metro and western Wisconsin. I may even up that a little bit. I won't be surprised if some areas get in excess of 4 inches, especially as you head into Wright, northern Hennepin, Anoka, and Isanti, northern Washington counties. So no doubt travel difficulties increasing this afternoon as the snow continues to fall here in Minnesota and Wisconsin. Okay, now, we were talking about a busy weather pattern, and what I'm showing you right now is the GFS computer model. We're going to go to the 700 millibar level of the GFS computer model. These are temperature isotherms now in the middle layers of our atmosphere. And I don't want to get too technical with you, but this is pretty important when it comes to snow production. What we're looking for is what we call a dendrite growth zone, which basically means that it's in the middle layers of our atmosphere. This is real good snowmaking temperatures, and that's usually at about -8 to -12. So basically, this pink area in the isotherms here at 700 millibars is where snow likes to develop. And sure enough, here we are this morning. We were in a perfect dendrite growth zone here in southern and central Minnesota and into much of Wisconsin. But what I want you to focus on is look at what happens to this growth, this dendrite growth zone as we go through time. Now, here's tomorrow. Bitter cold air dips into the upper Midwest. So the real good snow producing temperatures in the middle areas of our atmosphere sinks well south of us as we head into tomorrow. But look at that ribbon, though, bounces back up north. The 700 millibar temperatures in that -8 again to -12 degrees Celsius isotherms bump back north as we head into Monday. And then it just kind of straddles the area, southern Minnesota and Wisconsin, as we head through time. This is Thursday. And look, as we head into Thursday, we are in another perfect dendrite growth zone here in southern Minnesota. And along with that comes what is considered a fairly major disturbance on Thursday night and early Friday morning right here that moves into Minnesota and Wisconsin. That's why I'm concerned about a potential major snowstorm over the upper Midwest as we get into the middle and latter portions of next week. Now, looking at the European model now, that the previous model was the American model. Here's the European model. And I'm going to go back to Thursday evening and let's look at the 700 millibar temperatures on the European model. And again, I want you to focus on that -8 to -12 Celsius temperature isotherms. And here they are on Thursday evening, directly over southern Minnesota and central Minnesota, and then much of Wisconsin. In theory, if this were to play out, we would have a major snowstorm in over much of Minnesota and western Wisconsin as we head into next Thursday. Okay, so it really looks good, at least this far out in advance. Remember, we're about still 5 days away from the snowstorm or potential snowstorm on Thursday, but it really looks good for snow. Look at where I have that dendrite growth zone marked out over southern Minnesota and western Wisconsin. Now look at the jet stream structure on Thursday. Again, we are in the what is considered the right rear quadrant, which is right in this area of a jet streak. Here's a jet streak over eastern Canada and the northern Great Lakes. So we are at the right rear quadrant of that jet streak. And then here's another jet streak now punching into Nebraska and Iowa. And here's the left front quadrant. That's a little messy, but anyway, we are right in the left front quadrant of that jet streak and the right rear quadrant of this jet streak over eastern Canada. Again, this is perfect position for a major winter storm, which would be southern and central Minnesota and western Wisconsin as we head into Thursday. Now, let's just put the expected snow totals later next week from the computer model guidance. Now, again, this is the European computer model guidance. And we're going to put the 24-hour snow accumulations on there for Thursday. And we will zoom in, obviously, look at snow from the Dakotas stretching east into Wisconsin. And we'll zoom in. And the European computer model is expecting a real heavy area of snow from central Minnesota east in through the heart of Wisconsin through the day Thursday and into Friday morning. We're talking snow well in excess of 6 to 8 inches, perhaps even more, across not only the Twin Cities metro, but much of Minnesota, Wisconsin. Now, keep in mind, MSP International has tallied now about 27 to 28 inches of snow as of this morning. We're easily going to add another 2 to 4 inches to that. So we'll be probably over 30 inches of snow by tomorrow at MSP International total for the season. If we continue to add on snow, like it looks like we will over the next week or two, we will likely be up around 40 inches plus of total snow at MSP International by mid-February. That's above average. So we may have started off slow in the snow department, but we are quickly catching up and probably exceeding what's considered normal levels by mid-February. So now let's just look at a couple of other computer models as we head into next week. And this is the GFS computer model for expected snow. And here's the Twin Cities. It's showing a good 8 to 10 inches of snow in the metro by Friday morning of next week. And then let's put the Canadian computer model guidance on there. And again, 6 to 8 inches of snow at least over much of Minnesota, some areas over a foot, and that extends into northern Wisconsin, again, as we head into next Thursday and Friday. So definitely something to look forward to. But until then, let's one more time concentrate on today. And I'm just going to show you the snow map, and you guys have seen this already, but I'm actually thinking of increasing snow totals over the northern Twin Cities by about 6 this evening. I won't be surprised if more than 4 inches of snow falls across portions of the metro, especially the northern metro, extending east into Wisconsin and Eau Claire. And then, of course, less snow as you head south towards the I-90 corridor, but still, according to 2 inches, certainly likely in that Albert Lea to Rochester area as we head into this evening. So don't be surprised if we do get some significant snow even down on the I-90 corridor, but no doubt the bullseye is going to be in the Twin Cities and then on east into Wisconsin. And then one last graphic I wanted to show you. And, you know, I've kind of wanted to touch on this with you guys for quite a while, but this is the graph. Everybody is pretty much familiar with this, but I just wanted to go over the trigger graph real quick with you guys, just to make sure that everybody knows exactly what's happening when I send this graph out to you. You know, one of the first things we look at is potential snow, or at least snow confidence level here on the left side of this graph. And when I start getting into the 60 to 70 percentile as far as these snow bars are concerned, that means I'm pretty confident that accumulating snow can happen. And of course, that's what I have as we get into next Thursday and early Friday. I think Thursday is going to be the bullseye for significant snow across much of Minnesota and Wisconsin. In fact, I'm pretty confident that as much as 6 inches of snow may fall somewhere close to MSP International as we head into Thursday and early Friday. So that's what these bars are for. That just shows you my confidence level. And of course, you got the temperature graphs here. The orange is your expected high temperature over the 7-day period. And then, of course, the blue, the expected low temperatures over the 7-day period. By the way, look at how cold it gets next weekend. This is some record-breaking potential cold as we get into next weekend after that snowstorm moves by. But one thing I really wanted to focus on is this wet snow zone and this dry snow zone. Now, whenever this high temperature and low temperature bar is located in one of these zones, then that is the kind of snow you can expect. Okay, so wherever these temperature lines are located, if they are located in the dry snow zone, you can expect dry snow. And of course, as they move up into the wet snow zone, that's when I would expect wet snow. So the only time I'm expecting some wet, heavy concrete-like snow would be Thursday afternoon, because that's the only time that this temperature bar reaches into the wet snow zone. Again, Thursday afternoon. Otherwise, for the most part, any snow that falls, whether it be Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and then even early Friday, you can see the temperature bars are located in the dry snow zone. So that's how you can determine whether I'm expecting dry or wet snow, is where this temperature bar is located if and when it is snowing. So hopefully that helps you out if you didn't know that already, but that's how you can read this trigger graph. Okay, well, a lot to talk about. Again, lots of snow today here, a good 2 to 4 inches across the metro. And if not more, let's just get back to radar real quick. And we will refresh it here. Yep, snow over the Twin Cities, so be expecting that now between now and 6 p.m. It looks like snow will taper as we get into the evening hours across much of Minnesota and Wisconsin. It may linger, especially in southeastern Minnesota through the overnight hours, but still, a lot of snow today. You're going to have to do a lot of cleanup tonight and tomorrow morning, and then be ready for what could be a significant snow system as we head into Thursday and Friday. Bye-bye.